3 tips straight from a casting director. Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of Atlanta's original audition taping services, which I co-own with my amazingly talented, beautiful wife and best friend, Brooke. And now on to our topic. 3 tips straight from a casting director. First, a plug for our Sam Christensen community. One of the ongoing benefits of being a graduate of the Sam Christensen process is that we offer free follow-ups for life. And we currently host them over Zoom, so any graduate can join from anywhere. And we periodically bring in guests from around the industry to talk to the graduates. This past month, we were honored to have the incomparable Mark Fincannon of Fincannon Associates join our Zoom call. And not only is he one of the most gracious humans, but he was so generous to dole out as much wisdom as he could in the short time that we had together. And today, I want to share just some of that wisdom here. Specifically, 3 tidbits he gave that will elevate your auditions. In an audition, a callback, on set, on stage, it is not a proving ground, it is a playground. I love this because as actors, we can so easily fall into the trap of treating the audition specifically as a proving ground. And why? Well, it's pretty obvious because there's a job on the line. We feel this burden to prove ourselves to casting. It's one of the reasons we try to cram those 10 years of training into 1 page of dialogue. You get desperate thinking this is your one and only chance to prove something. And that's a horribly detrimental mindset to adopt in this art form. Instead, listen to Mark. Switch your thinking to the playground analogy. Immediately, doesn't it sound like it's more fun? It should. Why are you pursuing this career if you don't find it fun? And hear me on this. As a workaday actor like myself, you will spend more days, more hours, more time auditioning than you will on set, especially in those first 5 to 10 years of your career. So if you cannot find the fun in auditioning, then seriously, what's the point? Sticking your finger into an electrical outlet would make more sense than to continue pursuing this career with an attitude of desperation, anxiety, or even anger. Oh, and the last thing that I want to share about the playground analogy is that if you include your reader in this analogy, who actually might be the casting director if it's an in-person audition or a Zoom callback of some sort, that it invites you to not be so rigid in your preparation. Imagine you have a play date, an audition, at the park with your friend, your reader, and you decide to get there early to practice playing, i.e. rehearsing. Now, when your friend shows up and you have everything mapped out, okay, so we're going to start on the slide and then we'll move to the seesaw. But then your friend just immediately makes a dash for the monkey bars. What do? Do you ignore them? Do you yell at them? Well, that wouldn't be very playful, now would it? You see the parallel to auditioning? If you're so rigid in your preparation, you'll never be open to the spontaneity of what might happen in the moment. It's not a proving ground, it's a playground. Don't give a performance, give a transformance. Now, that's not a word, and Mark admitted to that on the Zoom call with us, but it does make for a nice bumper sticker, doesn't it? And what he means by that is simple. Don't perform the role. That's just when you're superficially saying the words the way you think they're supposed to be said, which just harkens back to you treating this like a proving ground. Hey, the stage directions say that he bangs his fist right here, and then there's an exclamation point right here, and there's a ... here. If all you're trying to do is perform the script, then you'll give an unimpressive read at worst, and at best, you'll just look like a good actor giving a good performance. Instead, you need to infuse yourself into the world of the show. It needs to get into your bones, into your feet. And that's why you always hear the word grounded as something to aspire to in your work. This will help you transition from that good actor doing good work into the realm of, wow, I just watched a human live out a truthful moment. It takes vulnerability to be private and public, but it's absolutely essential if you want to move from performing the lines to transforming into the character. Be more interested than interesting. Wow, Mark is so good with the catchphrases, isn't he? They're short, they're simple, easy to understand. Simply put, the most important person in the scene is not you. Sorry. It's the other character. This is true in your scripted work. It's especially true in improv, and it's overall just a good life lesson. Narcissists like to make everything about themselves. But if, as an actor, you're only concerned with yourself, your lines, your movements, your emotions, you're ultimately going to show your weakness. To listen, to hear what the other character is saying, to hear it for the first time every time, to sense the nuance in how they say it that betrays part of their subtext, to be so in tune with their body language that you pick up on more than what the text is saying, it will make you an infinitely better actor. And bonus, it makes you less nervous. Focusing on the other person takes the focus off you. So if you're the type of actor who gets nervous just auditioning, then try getting curious about the other character, about your reader. Even if it's your non-actor spouse or roommate that's reading with you, try noticing something about them that you have never noticed before while you're in the scene. Okay, so let me just stop myself there, because although each of these tips seems simple in concept, they could be expounded upon into an 8-week class. So I'll just leave it there as food for thought. And if it raises questions or generates additional insights for you, please drop a comment below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set.